You must have heard the saying that books are a man's best friend. Well, nothing could be truer than that. Books are essential components of our daily lives. Not only do these objects provide us with an opportunity to read and relax, but they also give us endless opportunities to learn. And you just need to know the right book and author to begin on your spiritual awakening. Number 1. Napoleon Hill, Think and Grow Rich. Each business book that follows is built on the basis laid by this one. Growing sales is the focus of both the title and the bulk of the book's content. As the author puts it, the ideas presented in the book have the potential to assist readers to achieve success in any endeavor. One of the wealthiest people in history, Napoleon Hill, was Andrew Carnegie's protege. 20 years of study into different types of wealthy people and the traits they all commonly share produced this masterpiece of a book. The fact that it's a classic shouldn't put you off from reading it. If you want to get forward in life, you should read it, since the facts and wisdom contained inside its pages are timeless. Number 2. Money Master the Game. It's not enough to worry about how to make money. You also need to think about what to do with it. In this respect, the novel becomes extremely timely. When it comes to self-help gurus, Tony Robbins is likely the wealthiest person alive today. However you may feel about him, it's with great enthusiasm that we recommend Money Master the Game. To put it bluntly, if you live in a developed nation, especially the United States, you need to read this book. In an approachable and readable manner, the book breaks down the steps necessary to secure one's financial future. The best part is that the guidance isn't only coming from Tony, it's coming from the best financial managers in the world. You'll get to rub elbows with industry heavyweights like Ray Dalio and other luminaries you'd never get access to otherwise. Tony is making use of the connections he's created to disseminate the secrets of the ultra-rich. Number 3. Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Rich Dad, Poor Dad, written by Robert Kiyosaki, has surpassed all others as the best book ever written on personal finance. Kiyosaki describes his upbringing under the guidance of his own father and the wealthy dad of a close friend. Kiyosaki describes how the ideas of these three men informed his own approach to personal finance and business success. He reveals the hidden truths behind the common money myths that prevent people from realizing their full earning potential. In addition, he details his experiences and demonstrates the potential of putting your money to work for you. Number 4. Millionaire Fastlane. Is the slow lane, the financial plan of the average person, and a doctrine that stifles ambition and drains motivation, your method for getting ahead? Everyone knows the drill. Obtain an education, land a good job, set aside 10% of your income, purchase a used car, cut cable, forgo your daily mocha latte at Starbucks, live frugally, and eventually invest your savings in the stock market. You've been tricked by conventional financial advisors into adopting a strategy that's unnecessary. For those who don't want to settle for less for the rest of their lives and have little hope of retiring wealthy, there's a path to enormous wealth that can pave the way there more quickly than any other. Not as many people have read this M.J. DeMarco novel as others. In spite of this, we felt it was important to include, because it so blatantly skewers the whole canon of mainstream literature. It puts the focus on his life, and maybe the ideal strategy for people who think that winning large is the only option. Please take a look at this one. It comes highly recommended. Number 5. How to Win Friends and Influence People. Originally published in 1936, How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie has gone on to sell more than 30 million copies throughout the world. One of the most famous business books ever published, while being the oldest on the list. Despite the passage of time, Carnegie's words of wisdom remain relevant. It's not about making new friends, but it rather provides a straightforward method for speaking and persuading others to see things from your point of view without alienating them or damaging potential future relationships. Number 6. Rework. Authors Jason Fried and David Heinemeier Hansson are the CEO of Basecamp and the creator of the Ruby on Rails technology, respectively. Both Fried and Hansson have founded successful businesses in the IT industry, and they provide excellent guidance for business owners who may have extensive experience in their chosen profession, but no prior experience as entrepreneurs. In place of vague and abstract business advice, Rework provides examples and explanations. In this New York Times bestseller, Authors Fried and Hansen show readers how to expand their businesses without spending a fortune. They cover topics such as increasing efficiency, avoiding paralysis by analysis, and raising brand awareness. Number 7. The 4-Hour Workweek. It is widely agreed that the 4-hour workweek fundamentally altered the business landscape. It sheds light on the possibilities and realities of the world we live in. Ferriss describes his past as an overworked entrepreneur and how he eventually found a healthy work-life balance. The book provides an in-depth tutorial on how to cut your work week in half with strategies like outsourcing. Among business books, this is the best there is. Over 1.3 million copies of Tim Ferriss's book have been sold in over 35 different languages. The book was a New York Times bestseller for almost 4 years. Outsourcing work to lower-cost countries and enjoying more personal freedom were two themes that arose from the book. Dropshipping is a business concept that can benefit greatly from the lessons in this book. This book is fantastic for aspiring business owners, by the way. One of the most striking lines from Ferriss is the question is then, how can one reach the billionaire lifestyle of unlimited freedom without first possessing $1 million? Because it demonstrates that a person does not need the fortune to make a significant change in their way of life. Number 8. The $100 Startup. Chris Guillebeau's book, The $100 Startup, features stories of 50 people who have made at least $50,000 with an initial investment of less than $100. He divulges the actual sums invested by firm founders. Then, to get things done, he advocates acting instead of planning. Additionally, he stresses the importance of pursuing financially viable interests. If you're an aspiring entrepreneur on a shoestring budget, The $100 Startup is a must-read. The book uses case studies to show that you don't need a lot of money to get your firm off the ground. Guillebeau also suggests shortening the time it takes to fail and not putting money into projects until they've already shown a return. A one-page business plan designed to spur actions included in the book. His book is filled with quotations like, "Plans are merely good intentions unless they instantly degenerate into hard work," which emphasizes the need to take action. Readers will be reminded of the importance of organic growth over advertising-based expansion. Number 9. Art of War. Traditional Chinese military strategy can be found in Sun Tzu's The Art of War. But many of the ideas presented here can also be used in the realms of politics and business. Learn how to be a successful leader and outsmart the competition with the help of this book. Even though it was written in the 5th century BC, many modern business courses still reference Sun Tzu's The Art of War. As such, the book's ideas can be applied in highly competitive corporate contexts to help brands prevail. Wisdom such as, if you know the opponent and know yourself, you need not fear the result of 100 wars, is just one example of the book's brilliance. If you're familiar with yourself, but unfamiliar with your opponent, you're doomed to experience failure no matter how many times you triumph. There's no way to win a fight if you aren't prepared for it, since you don't know the adversary or yourself. Changing enemy to competitor makes it immediately relevant in a commercial context. Number 10. The Hard Thing About Hard Things. In The Hard Thing About Hard Things, Ben Horowitz, co-founder of Andreessen Horowitz and one of Silicon Valley's most revered and seasoned entrepreneurs, draws on his own experience in the fields of starting, running, buying, managing, and investing in technology companies to provide invaluable advice and hands-on wisdom for tackling the most intractable challenges that aren't taught in business school. His guidance is grounded in the ups and downs of his own life, from helping build the pioneering cloud service company LoudCloud to launching the massively successful VC firm Andreessen Horowitz. The thing about all these books is that they can only guide you. But to bring some real change in your life, you'll have to take the first step and then persist on that path to reach success.